Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Let us introduce ourselves as Group 5 with the topic Organic Farming Training Non-Profit. Before we delve into the topic, allow me to introduce ourselves. I'm Naira Tulusna with the study number 132.
Yes, number 130.
And my name is Harol Santos Silitonga and my student number 84.
Before entering into a discussion about our activities, it would be better if I complete the objectives, the project activities that we create. We will hold non-profit organic farming training with lettuce cultivation in the Trimulyo Subdistrict, Sleman Regency, Special Region of Yogyakarta. The aim of our training is to increase public awareness regarding the cultivation of healthy organic agriculture without chemicals and without chemical reduce in vegetable products.
And the next is about list of our contents. The first is background, the second is description, the third is reason, the fourth is target market, the fifth is benefit, and the last is step to create a project.
Okay, the first one is background. Number one is farmers still use pesticide or chemicals. So in organic farming training, although the main focus is reducing the use of synthetic chemicals, farmer can still use certain permit pesticide. These pesticides usually come from natural sources and are approved for organic farming. The training also teach integrate pest management or EPM techniques, which implies natural prevention and control, reducing dependence on pesticides, even organic ones. This approach aims to maintain the health of the soil and environment. Number two is health concern about chemicals reducing. Concern regarding chemical residues in organic farming training cover several aspects. Even though this training aims to reduce the use of synthetic chemicals, farmers may still be exposed to pesticide from surrounding land, which can contaminate agricultural product. In addition, there is a risk of using input that do not complete with organic principle, such as undetectable chemical fertilizer. And the last, lack of knowledge among farmers. Lack of knowledge among farmers regarding organic farming can be a significant challenge. Many farmers may not understanding the basic principle of organic farming, such as the use of natural ingredients, environmentally friendly pest control techniques, and the importance of maintaining soil fertility. Okay, next.
And the next is about description. The first contains knowledge about organic plant cultivation. So this training provides knowledge on how to cultivate organic plants without using chemicals like pesticide and herbicide. As organic plant, your compost and manure comes from animal excrement such as cow, chicken, or goat. And compost is made from various organic materials such as plant residues, animal manure, and kitchen waste like fruit peels or vegetables. And the second is consuming organic agriculture product. Organic plants cultivation improves body health because consuming vegetables free from chemicals, residues, and high in nutrition.
The next topic is reason. The organic farming training that we hold has several important reasons that have a positive impact, both from an environmental, economic, and social perspective. Here are some reasons why this training is so important. One, because it improves the skills of farmers and training participants. There is a lack of knowledge about organic farming among middle-class farmers and Indonesian society. Through training in organic farming, Farmers will gain practical and theoretical knowledge that can help them to be more innovative, competitive, and sustainable in the long term. Farmers and training participants will receive material from facilitators who have experience in the agriculture sector, especially in organic farming. Number two, improve product quality, reduce environmental impact, and meet market demand. Because many Indonesian people still depend on chemical pesticide and chemical fertilizer, organic farming priorities the use of natural ingredients and environmentally friendly methods. This training will help farmers understand the importance of maintaining healthy soil, water, and biodiversity, as well as to reduce the use of pesticides and chemical fertilizers that have the potential to damage the environment. Organic products are safer to consume because they are free from dangerous chemical residue. This training can help farmers produce healthier food, which is increasingly sought after by health-conscious consumers.
And then the next is about target market. The first is people who want to learn about organic farming. The target market for organic vegetable cultivation training includes beginning farmers who want to switch to organic methods, urban communities in farming on small plots, and individual or groups who want to implement sustainable agriculture. And the second is make registration payment to attend the training. People who want to attend this training must make registration payment before they can participate in this training.
Next is the benefit from organic farming. Number one, or more and more farmers are interested in switching to organic farming. Many farmers are increasingly interested in switching to organic farming, especially after attending organic farming training. This training provides knowledge about environmentally friendly agricultural techniques, the use of organic fertilizer, and pest management without chemicals. In addition, the increasing market demand for organic product is the main driver for farmers to make this transition. And next is reduce the use of chemical on guarants for e-herbs. Organic farming training help farmers reduce the use of chemicals by teaching natural methods for controlling pests and disease, as well as fertilizing with organic materials. In addition, this training also emphasizes best practice to increase crop yield and maintain soil quality, thus providing better yield guarantee.
The next topic we will discuss is step to create a project. Here we will explain the steps that must be taken to create our organic farming training activities. The first, field survey of the community. Before starting training, conduct a field survey to determine the training location and identify the needs and problems faced by the community, especially farmers. Some things that need to be covered in this survey include level of knowledge and potential and public interest regarding organic farming. This survey can be carried out through interview, questionnaires, or group discussion with community leaders, farmers, and related parties. The result of this survey will be the basis for designing target training. Based on the survey result, the next step is to determine the most effective training method. This method must must be adapted to the level of understanding of participants and local farmers. An ongoing assistance is carried out to ensure the implementation of organic practice after training. After determining the location and training method, the next step is to prepare a cooperation agreement with the area that will be used. In the training, we will use the Trimulyo Subdistrict area, Sleman Regency. 4. Find an experienced facilitator. Facilitators are the key to the success of this training, so we have to find facilitators who have experience in the field of organic farming and good teaching skills. Next, determine target and registration fee. Several things that must be considered are the number of participants. We must determine the optimal number of participants so that the training runs effectively, allows good interaction, and maintains the quality of the training. Next, conduct co-socialization. To attract public interest and ensure participation, effective outreach must be carried out, such as distribution of posters and leaflets in strategic places, such as markets, village office, or community centers. So, by following these steps, organic farming training can be planned and implemented more effectively, providing long-term benefit for farmers and the community.
Sorry for disturbing Harold. You can on your mic before you say anything.
Okay, in the next is future challenge from organic farming. It's number one, expensive to obtain organic certification. Obtaining obtaining organic certification can be an expensive and time-consuming process. These fees cover various aspects such as registration fees, soil and product testing, and administration fees. Additionally, farmer may need to invest money to implement organic farming practice that comply with certification standard. Number two is farmer are reluctant to switch to organic farming. Many farmers are reluctant to switch to organic farming even after undergoing training due to several factors, like initial cost and often a barrier, as is a lack of knowledge and confidence in implementing the new techniques. Apart from that, the risks and uncertainty of harvest result also make them doubtful, coupled with concern about market demand for organic product in their area. And the last, not all markets are accessible for organic farming. Not all markets are easily accessible from organic farming, even though farmers have decisive training. Many farmers face obstacles in reaching a wider market, either due to a lack of information regarding distribution channels, intense competition with conventional products, or inadequate infrastructure.
Next possible solution. Number one, government reduce certification costs. The government can provide subsidies or reduce certification costs for organic farmers, especially for small farmers. This policy will encourage more farmers to switch to organic farming methods without being burdened by large costs. Number two, provide education regarding long-term benefit. In training, farmers need to be given the understanding that organic farming offers greater benefit in the long term, such as increased and sustainable soil fertility. We will also explain how organic practice can maintain healthy ecosystems and provide benefit to human health, helping farmers understand that economic and environmental benefit will be achieved over time. Number three, expand the network between farmers and consumers. Expand network between farmers and consumers is a key step to overcome market access problems. Government, non-governmental organizations, and local communities can facilitate the establishment of direct markets between farmers and consumers. Number four, promotion are widely disseminated. Wider and more target promotion of organic products and their benefit must be carried out continuously, such as educational campaigns in mass media and social media to explain the health, sustainability, and environmental benefit of organic products. Through the solution, organic farming training can help farmers overcome various challenges and strengthen the organic farming ecosystem at the local and national levels.
Okay, this is the conclusion. The first is create training based on reasons and benefits. The government and relevant institutions can reduce costs and bureaucracy by providing subsidies, training and facilitation, access to organic certification, especially for small scale farmers. And the second is the cultivation that we will apply is lettuce. Um, Conduct extension programs on the long-term benefits of organic methods and provide incentives or subsidies to support the transition from conventional methods. And the third is the training location is adjusted to condition. Build more efficient distribution network, foster collaboration between farmers and cooperation, and establish online platform to facilitate direct sales of organic products from small scale farmers to consumers at fair prices. Okay, next. Thank you. In inclusion, I hope I have confidence you of the benefit of organic farming. By supporting local organic farmers, we can contribute to a healthier planet and a more sustainable future. Thank you for the attention. Wassalamualaikum.